This video and its contents are for adult collectors. Quake has the cutest little tank mode, and it's redone from Skullgrin, which is kind of impressive. Now, it does look a bit gappy, and the colors are a little bit everywhere, but the red is so nice on this guy. I do really like how this comes through. I like the treads too, despite the fact that, it is a little bit gappy and the colors don't really meld all that well, but it is very nice, and it works really well as a retool. Taking Skullgrin and flipping him around and giving it this all new alt mode is very impressive. He does also feature some target master storage, which is always appreciated. You can put them on top, you can put them on the sides, and they look pretty good up there. They look like they're having a good time. The turret does fully function as well, being able to tilt up and rotate to the sides thanks to just being on a 5mm peg. The target masters can also hang out around the tank and try to recreate the box art. I wish they had some specific spots to go, but hey, it is what it is. For comparison with Quake, we have Legacy Burnout, Legacy Goldbug, Legacy Skullgrin, his mold mate that is much longer, and of course, Machine Wars Hoist. Transformation on Quake is a bit fiddly. You start by rolling up the turret and then kind of unhooking everything from each other. That means untabbing the legs from the upper torso, and it's the legs where this is the most fiddly. Much like on Skullgrin, where there's a lot happening, there's these structures that you have to remove first before extending the knees, putting them in a certain orientation, and then folding up the back of the leg kibble, bending the knee, and then folding it over itself. It's a specific order of operations, but the legs do come out fully filled in when you're done. It is a nice affair. And you can see here I struggle a little bit with it because there's so many moving panels and struts that it does become a little bit difficult. As far as the upper torso goes, it's basically just popping down the slider, and then he effectively automorphs his chest open and then fold out the hands, and you have yourself a Quake in his robot mode. No target master is complete without the target masters, which they follow the same thing as point blanks. Just fold out their backpacks and you have some blasters. Pretty nice looking blasters though, I will say. They also can combine just by folding this up and tabbing it in here. You have the G1 combined mode blaster. I gotta say that this Skullgrin retool is incredibly handsome. Quake is a good looking guy, man, and he can wield his target masters elegantly, either as a combined weapon or as their separate components. It looks great, and while he is a Skullgrin retool, he has none of Skullgrin's weaknesses and all of the strengths from that mold, which, like I said earlier, I'm a fan of the Skullgrin mold. I love the new chest and the purple on purple Decepticon details, as well as the red shoulders and the new details that are revealed there. Although he does follow the Decepticon trend of not having wrist swivels, which is unfortunate. He cleans up pretty well from the back, having virtually no kibble. The tank turret is accurate to being there. His target masters do look nice, and they are completely new molds, which is pretty fun. I like that we got some more little target masters to go with our double target master guys, and these ones are fine. They're perfectly acceptable for what they're supposed to be. He does feel a bit cheap in the hand. The quality does not feel great, but overall, he's good. Here he is with his buddy Needle Nose and his mold mate Skullgrin. Here he is with Legacy Cannonball, Legacy Windblade, channel mascot Laserfire and Shattershock. Jeez, Quake is tall. And of course, Machine Wars Hoist. Alrighty, articulation on Quake is pretty good. So his head can rotate side to side despite being on a ball joint. Arms can go 360 unimpeded, bicep swivel, more than 90 at the elbow, and then he has a wrist tilt that can be used for sword wielding wrists. His waist is unimpeded if it goes 360. Legs go up more than 90. They go back about 90. They go out about 90 and have a thigh swivel. Slightly more than 90 knees, and he has a amazing ankle tilt. So overall, some really good posing on Quake here. I will say that he does feel kind of not great. He feels very thin, very cheap, but the posing does make up for it, and he does like to untab right there. But overall, I do really like Quake. He has some things that are weird about him when you're transforming him, like the leg, the knee, that area. But overall, getting to this robot mode and getting him posed around is incredibly fun and very, very well done. Overall, Quake is a fun but flawed figure. I think a lot of his flaws come from Skullgrin, but there are some that are his, such as the gappy alt mode and the nothing head rotation. I do think that he fixes things with Skullgrin, such as being taller, being more mobile, and like adjusting the alt mode itself. I think Quake will also look really nice next to the other Comic Capsule guys that we're getting next year, if the leaks are true, and he does look good with the current Mayhem Attack Squad members. It's really nice to finally get a double Target Master Quake that does come with both his Target Masters, even if I do think that the Titans Return one has a better head sculpt. There's a few things I would like to see fixed with Quake, but in terms of characters who don't really get toys all that often, Quake's been a shocking surprise for the last few years, and I think that this is going to be the best he gets for a while. There's things I can overlook, and I do find him fun overall. So if you see this guy out and about, definitely consider picking him up. With that all said, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. This has been Bots Obsession. I'd also like to give a shout out to my Patreon supporters, Luke Thompson, Grim Lockdown, Proton Collectibles, Max Devonshire, and Beyblade Sandwich. Thank you for supporting the channel.